Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, I'm Crystal Thornton, where I do all things faith-based Christian content, reaction videos to Christian news, and encouragement videos. So today we are going to discuss an article that just came out yesterday from the Roy's report. And just to keep in mind to let y'all know that the views and opinions expressed in this video are my own and are intended for discussion and educational purposes only. So let's get into this article and read straight from the Royce article. So like I mentioned, she posted this December 2nd, 2024, around 5:25 p.m. And here we go. Starts off with Joni has a picture of her and Daystar in the background. So I'm just going to read it from the beginning. In parentheses, it says, opinion. 4 days after our initial expose of alleged essay and cover-up at Daystar, the Roy's report, TRR, received a letter from Daystar's attorney accusing TRR and me of furthering a smear campaign and demanding retractions. Both TRR and our attorney, Christine Jones, who also serves on TRR's board, have examined Daystar's demand letter. As documented in Jones's response letter, Daystar failed to show that any TRR's reporting was inaccurate. As a result, TRR will not submit to Daystar's demand for retraction. The 10-page letter from Daystar claimed that our first article, published November 20th, 2024, contained false allegations of essay concerning Jonathan and Susie Lamb's daughter. The entire premise for the article is a total fabrication built on baseless accusations of SA and a supposed cover-up. The letter from attorney Michael Anderson states, to that extent, every statement published by you and the Roy's report should be retracted immediately. The letter then lists 28 statements in the article it claims are false. So they want the Roy's report to retract what they have said about Daystar. Well, this is not the first that I've heard that they are sending out these letters. They are not only sending them to Roy's report, but they're also sending them to Christian YouTubers or anyone else talking about the matters. I keep hearing it about YouTube. I don't quite hear it on TikTok, but they are doing this and it is giving me vibes like Beyonce, with all respect. When the Diddy case was out, Beyonce was being allegedly accused of things and matters that were along the lines that what Diddy was doing. And Beyonce started attacking TikTokers and sending them letters and demanding them to take down their content, delete the video, or they would be sued. And Joni and Daystar are doing the same thing to not only Julie Roy's, but also YouTubers. So I find it kind of just comical in how it's aligning and it's very parallel to secular people like Beyonce right now. So let me know what y'all think of her pulling this on the reporters and how they are telling them to take down their articles and take back what they've said about them and showcasing that this is not true. But I am proud of them for not backing down, and it says that in the article. So I'll continue reading that. For example, the letter takes issue with the title of the article, former Daystar executive and wife accuse Joni Lamb of covering up daughter's essay. In rebuttal, the letter simply states the statement expressly and falsely accuses Joni Lamb of covering up essay of Jonathan and Susie Lamb's daughter. She did not do so. The letter also issues with a follow-up article, TRR, published on November 21st, 2024, entitled, Susie Lamb Says She Was Pressured to Hide Her essay. The headline is preposterous. The letter states, no one at Daystar ever pressured Susie to hide her essay assault. Like the November 20th article, the entire premise for the November 21st article is a total fabrication built on baseless accusations of essay and a supposed cover-up. To that extent, every statement published by you in the Roy's report should be retracted immediately. The problem with Daystar's letter is that it fails to provide any evidence supporting its bold assertion that what TRR published is false. And as Jones states in her response letter, truth is an absolute defense to claim of defamation. Merely describing the statement as false is not enough. Jones writes, every plaintiff in every libel case will testify that he or she believes the published statements are false. If this were the only requirement, anyone could overcome it merely by filing a libel suit to expressing the opinion and the defendant's statements were false. So, as it's saying is that they don't have enough proof, and just saying that it's false is not proof. You need legitimate proof backing up why you believe the statements that were said about you are false. And as the Roy's report states, they did not provide any backing to these claims. They didn't prove that they were wrong by no means, Daystar or its attorney. So, therefore, Julie Royce is not backing down. Jones adds that the inaction against news organizations and defense of truth applies to an accurate reporting of allegations made by a third party regarding a matter of public concern. In other words, if the alleged false statements were made by a third party and then reported by TRR, Daystar needs to meet two standards. One, it needs to prove the statements were false. And two, it needs to prove that TRR inaccurately reported the allegations as they were told to TRR by the third party. So they have to prove that every statement, every claim that Julie Royce and her team have said and alleged, they have to prove to some extent that it is false. And to my understanding, they have not. They have failed to do so, which puts Julie Royce and their team at an upper hand because they're not going to bow to this claim. They're not going to bow to this cease and desist. They're not going to bow to what the enemy may want them to bow to. And I truly see it as a threat and a scare tactic to get them to be silent, to shut them up, to let them not have a voice. But when Julie Royce and her team are standing on business and standing on the truth of what Susie and Jonathan have said, they are standing on that. They are standing by them and they are believing what they're claiming as truth. Jonathan Lamb, former Daystar executive, and his wife, Susie Lamb, have accused Joni Lamb of covering up their daughter's essay. Contrary to your assertion, this statement does not in itself expressly and falsely accused Joni Lamb of covering up essay of Jonathan and Susie Lamb's daughter. Rather, the inclusion of this language constitutes TRR's accurate reporting of an allegation by a third party regarding a matter of public concerns. Daystar makes other similar blunders in its letter. For example, the letter claims that the following statements by TRR is false. When her husband, then Director of Operations, Jonathan Lamb, told his parents about it, they buried the assault. However, Joan writes, the full quote from the Article 2 reads, but when her husband, the Director of Operations, Jonathan Lamb, told his parents about it, they buried the assault. Both Jonathan and Susie told the Roy's report in an exclusive interview. In Statement 2, Article 2 constitutes TRR's accurate reporting of Jonathan and Susie Lamb's allegations regarding a matter of public concerns, states Joan's response letter. So they are saying that this is a public matter. Now that a child is involved, an alleged essay has happened, a child, and it now becomes public matters. Daystar, Joni, and Marcus are alleged that they are just burying the assault and sweeping it under the rug. Now, if this is not something that they are doing, they need to say that and prove that these statements are false. But Jonathan and Susie have felt that this has what has been happening at Daystar. And by it not getting the proper attention, it seems that way. It definitely seems as if there was some form of hiding, secrecy, sweeping it under the rug. Something was not addressed. And if truly their daughter was essayed at Daystar, or it happened at Daystar as well, things and protocols needed to happen. And if it did not happen, and they find this to be false, what Julie Royce is saying, they need to provide documentation, proof that it's false. But Julie Royce claims that they have still not provided those things for them to take down the allegations. The article is very short. It then has a picture of all of them at the end. And it says, in the interests of transparency, we are publishing Daystar's complete demand letter and our response below. So on the article, you can see the full demand letter that is from their attorney, Kelly Hart. And you can also see the Roy's reports response letter from their attorney. So let me know what you think of this demand letter. I think it is very shocking that they've gotten to this point and this is the route that they are going. It's very intense. It is, to me, giving very mafia gang vibes, trying to have scare tactics and scare you into being silenced. And it just truly reminds me of Jezebel when she scared the prophet Elijah to the point of telling him he was going to die. And he ran and was scared and went into a cave and pretty much wanted to die and commit suicide. And this is just what it feels like to me, is that a spirit of Jezebel is trying to silence the prophets. And I just urge you, pray for them. Pray that the truth comes out and all is revealed. Everyone receives healing in some form or fashion. God intervene and just the truth be exposed and darkness come to light, because it really is disheartening to see this family go through this and this come to the public eye. But I know that God is in a time where he is cleansing us. He's cleansing his bride. He's cleansing the church in order to be spotless. For when he comes back and he returns, he has a spotless bride. But kudos to Julie Royce and her team for not stepping down, not backing down. And those are the type of people you need in your corner when you're facing these types of things and traumas and allegations and hurts and situations like this of essay or any form of abuse. You need people behind you and in your corner to not step down, to not back down from even a alleged Jezebel, and not to let you get scared and scare you off and run you off, but to truly stand their ground and know the God they serve and know that justice will be served. It may not be served here on this earth, but it will be served in eternity, where we will all face our own judgment one day. But my heart goes out to the lambs, and may we just continue as the body of Christ to pray for them, to intercede for them, and to pray that all darkness come to light. Let me know what you think about this report, what you feel, what you see, any experiences you have. Let me know. I will comment, I will interact. I'd love to hear your stories. Let me know. Thank you for listening, and I will see you all next time. Bye.